Bro, Marvel is winning so hard it ain't even funny anymore. DC has tried for so many years to catch up to where Marvel is, and they've failed horribly in many ways. So sad, and yet so funny that I had no choice but to make this video. Hi you, King here, and today we'll be discussing what DC could possibly do to finally pull itself out of the pit it's found itself in. I mean, they need some answers. They're begging for it. If you're a DC fan, then please do your part by comment down below your answers as to what DC could do to finally build back up hype for their movies, for their video games, for anything, honestly. And I know a lot of people out there is gonna say, well, DC is building up hype. James Gunn is the solution. He's gonna rock it with the Superman movie, and that's gonna make people excited for DC movies again. And he's also gonna work with WB into producing some awesome video games and stuff. Like, we already got Arkham Shadows, so don't worry about it. DC's doing just fine. And for anyone else listening, that was my impersonation of a sad fan in denial. Because James Gunn's Superman movie might just end up being subpar. God forbid terrible. Not trying to be pessimistic, I'm just saying there's a chance. From the trailers, it wasn't all just roses and golds. It had a lot of red flags, if I'm being honest. I mean, it feels more like a Justice Society or a Justice League movie with all the characters than a Superman movie. And Arkham Shadows had a lot of praise, but at the end of the day, it's still just a VR game. I mean, I really don't want to put something on my head and just wave around my arms just to kick butt as Batman, if I'm truly being blunt. And aside from that, most of their games have been garbage. Does anybody else remember the DCEU? Because I do. And don't get me started on how DC has just bombed their animated projects. I mean, remember when DC animated movies were great? Now they're just a back thought. You know, something that you're just like, oh yeah, they're still doing DC animated stuff? I guess they are. It's not as exciting, and don't get me wrong, Marvel has also kind of screwed the pooch more than once lately, and it's given them a slight bad reputation. But come on, the MCU is still rocking, it's still bringing fans in seats. We still remember the greatness that was the first 10 years of the MCU leading up to Infinity War and Endgame, and we still got bangers after those movies like Spider-Man No Way Home, freaking Deadpool and Wolverine. Bruh, don't even say Marvel's fully lost it, because Kevin Feige's just had too many stuff on his plate. He has too many balls in the air. He's trying to juggle all of them with all of the freaking Disney execs on his neck. You know, he's trying to keep the quality, but he's just glitched up with the quantity. So don't blame him. Don't lose faith in Marvel, because they're trying to bring it back to the good old days. But they're already still in the good old days, because they got freaking Marvel's Ultimate in the comics. They got freaking Marvel Rivals killing it in the video game genre right now with all the gooning fan service, bro. And they just announced Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls. That's just gonna, sweep it when it comes to the fighting game genre, bro. And it's done by ARC, the same people who did Guilty Gear and Dragon Ball FighterZ. Bruh, Marvel has been winning. And don't even get me started on their animated projects like X-Men 97. They realized nostalgia works and it is profitable. They brought back the X-Men animated series and made it better, bro. And the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, like almost competing with Spectacular Spider-Man, bro. I just can't help but get a Disney Plus subscription. Okay, sorry, I was getting too hype. I'm a Marvel fanboy through and through, because just like a lot of people in Hollywood and the video game circuit, I know that Marvel has more potential for entertainment than DC does. I'm sorry, but it's facts. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love the Batman by Matt Reeves. I'm more excited for the Batman Part 2 than I am for the Superman movie by James Gunn, but, you know, I just gotta admit the facts just like everybody else do. Marvel just can't stop winning, and it won't stop winning unless DC finally straightens up and starts learning, starts copying the cheat sheet that Marvel laid up for it. But, you know, I'm hoping the James Gunn Superman movie ends up being great. I'm hoping that WB starts releasing a bunch of DC games that are on the level of Marvel Rivals, and from what, you know, we've seen from the trailers, Marvel took on Fighting Souls. But I just highly doubt it. Just after so many years of losing, I think DC has forgotten how to win. Don't get me wrong, I'm still checking out their Absolute DC characters line, like Absolute Batman and all the other ones. But aside from that, I'm just like, yo, DC, I think it's time to wrap it up, call it a day. I mean, the fact that they're even doing this crossover with Marvel again just shows how much faith that the DC execs have lost after so many years of failure. And yeah, I'm looking forward to Batman crossing over with Deadpool. I think that's gonna be awesome and make money for both companies, but still, it just shows how desperate DC is. I think that's what DC might stand for now, desperate company, if you know what I'm saying? But you tell me what you think in the comment section below. Ring that notification bell so you know first when a video like this drops. Like, share, subscribe, and follow on all platforms. And tell me, straight up tell me, what DC can do to finally catch up to Marvel. And then until the next video, thank you for watching, Kingdom. Stay great.